8:35, welcome back. There's growing concern over a common ingredient in many of our favorite foods. Yes, we're talking about red dye number 3. This artificial coloring is found in everything from candy to drinks, but recent studies have raised alarms about its potential health risks. Now, the FDA is considering whether to ban it from our food altogether. Joining me live to break down what this means for us, Dr. Alvarez. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
We appreciate your time. I know we were talking during commercial. This is getting a lot of attention, making a lot of headlines of recent.
Yes, it is. But for good reason, too.
Yeah. Talk to us about what specific health risks this red dye poses for our health.
So RedDye3 has been associated in children in particular with inducing ADHD type symptoms. About more than half of the studies done so far do show a correlation between the two, so that's a big concern. The other big concern is that it has been also tied in with cancer in lab rats, especially in high doses, thyroid cancer in particular. So those are two big risks and two big concerns that we have.
Yeah, very alarming. And then when we factor in, that this could be found in foods, drinks, a lot of what we what we ingest on a daily basis.
So it is found in a lot of common things that we eat. And because it is a red dye and it can be pretty bright red or pink, we do see it in a lot of candy and a lot of foods that are targeted to children because children like colorful things.
Those bright, yeah.
And then that tied in with the fact that it can have these ADHD type symptoms, just kind of makes things very challenging.
So this is really interesting. Red dye was actually banned from cosmetics back in 1990 here in the U.S. Why not in our food?
Well, so it went for FDA approval before it was banned for cosmetics. So back when it was approved by the FDA for food, there wasn't the research that was available when they banned it for cosmetics. Then later on down the line, when it comes to approval or it comes for approval for the FDA, now they have more information available and they decide to ban it from cosmetics. They were supposed to go back and revisit the issue for the food industry, but they just never did. But now that these petitions are coming through, now they're going back to look at the research and see, hey, is this something that we need to ban?
Yeah. It is fascinating to look at the apprehension over the years to see how, banned for cosmetics, not for food consumption. It is kind of interesting when you really think about it. How does this fit into the larger debate, though, when it comes to red dye 3?
You mean the larger debate of just synthetic dyes in general?
Yes, in food and the potential health impacts that it could have on one's health. Well,
so now that we have more research in especially the foods that we consume and different synthetics, dyes and sweeteners and things like that, now that we have more research, I think it's a good time to go back and reevaluate the safety of these things that we are consuming. I think that, we're looking at red dye 3, but then there's a lot of other dyes, like there's red 40, there's yellow 4, and I think it warrants going back and having a look at the research to see is this something that we should cut out from our diets.
Yeah, and this is more of an aesthetic, right? This has no impact on how this food tastes.
Nope. It doesn't impact taste, it doesn't impact texture, it's purely a cosmetic thing, so it can very easily be replaced.
Give us an idea on what the world would look like without red dye 3 in it moving forward.
Well, there are already other dyes available for food and other more natural alternatives, so really I don't think that it would make a huge impact as far as, availability of certain foods or certain colors. I think things would be relatively unchanged. It's just, we're going to have to go back, or the food industry will have to go back and reformulate some of those products.
Are some people sensitive to red dye 3?
Yeah, so some people are more sensitive to it. There's people that have allergies to all these synthetic dyes.
Yeah.
So you can develop allergies to them.
Right.
And then also like we spoke about earlier, certain kids are very sensitive to red dye 3, and it can cause those ADHD type symptoms. So yeah.
Interesting. I know this is a big conversation for a lot of folks, especially families out there looking to see what this would look like if a ban is put in place. Well, as always, we appreciate your expertise. Thank you so much, Dr. Alvarez, for coming in. Thank you.